My name is Joe Mwakondo, a unit manager with Britam Mombasa branch, having worked with the same brand for the last 24 years. So I found myself in Britam through a gentleman called Crispin Katera, who was my unit manager then, a friend of my dad. So he got me in, trained me, then I got started. And I really struggled to take off because, to be honest, it took me the first 6 months to sell the first insurance policy. And I'm talking about selling after 6 months, where I had to walk from Bamburi every day across Nyali Bridge and back in the evening because I couldn't even afford bus fare. So you live with people who think you're working because you're wearing a tie, but at the end of the month you have no money because you've not worked and you've not been paid. So really, at that point I could not really feel like I was working because 6 months, no sell, no income, and you are wearing a tie, But when I sold my first case now than 6 months and I tested the money, I think now that's where the inspiration came in. I realized, I could actually make some money. And I started putting in more effort. And at that point, there used to be some little support you'd get from the unit managers for bus fare, especially if you are selling. When you're not selling, nobody cares about you. But when I started making some little sales here and there, I started getting some support in form of bus fare, some lunches, some encouragement, from other colleagues. And then I also discovered that there were other people in other branches that were doing so well. I remember a gentleman called James Kamore from Nairobi, the late James Kamore. This guy became an inspiration to me because at one point, in those days when I was joining 24 years ago, this guy was earning well over $500,000 at that point. So when you hear such kind of stories, you realize, so this can be a career actually. So I started becoming serious and I started putting in more effort and I started having my break. Yeah. In fact, my big break came in when Britam introduced the single distribution, where we are now selling all lines of businesses. Now, my big break came in. I went straight into the pension business. At some point, I remember hitting a jackpot. I think I made some 4 million shillings in 1 month. And that for me was a moment that, made me even want to stay and retire in Britam, because where else do you make that kind of money and it's not alone? It's your money and you're given at one go. So I've had moments that have confirmed that the decision I made, even though initially it was not a decision to stay, it has turned out to be a good decision because of the things that have happened along the way. Yeah, I remember a time when I was the best in the country because of the asset management line, and I was taken to Bangkok. Yeah, a holiday that was fully paid by Britam and with a good per diem. I've had good moments in Britam, and I'm here to say that I'm at home with Britam.